We spend hours at the gym to shape our bodies. We spend years in schools to build our careers. And we spend a fortune on clothes to impress people we don't even like. But tell me, how much time do you spend training? The only thing that actually determines the quality of your life, your mind? Ladies and gentlemen, when I was lying on that hospital bed for 2.5 years, I had a lot of time to think. My body was broken in ways I cannot describe. My spine was crushed, my lungs were failing, and I was told I would never walk again. In those dark, silent nights, I realized something terrifying. My physical pain was nothing compared to the war inside my head. I had two choices. I could let my mind become my prison, or I could train it to become my sanctuary. Today, I want to share with you why you must train your mind like your life depends on it, because, believe me, it truly does. Awareness is the first step to power. Awareness is the first light that illuminates the darkness within. When you become aware of your thoughts, you begin to reclaim control over your life. Most people live trapped in autopilot, reacting to circumstances instead of consciously shaping their path. Every negative thought you entertain is a seed, and if left unchecked, it will grow into a forest of limitations. Awareness is not judgment, it is recognition. It is the quiet power of noticing your inner dialogue, understanding the patterns that hold you back, and learning to separate truth from fear. Without awareness, you remain a prisoner of your mind, wandering aimlessly while believing you are free. Awareness is the bridge between chaos and clarity. When you start observing your thoughts without judgment, you create space to reflect instead of react. Every time a fear, doubt, or insecurity rises, you notice it, you name it, and you understand its origin. This practice does not make you weak, it makes you strong. It allows you to take a step back, to see the bigger picture, and to understand that not every thought deserves your energy. The mind begins to align with purpose, and suddenly, decisions that once felt impossible become clear, and obstacles appear smaller than they once did. Awareness also cultivates patience and self-compassion. As you notice your mind wandering into negativity or panic, you do not berate yourself, you observe with gentleness. You understand that growth is not instantaneous and that your mind is learning to be trained. Each moment of observation is a moment of empowerment. You begin to realize that the chaos inside does not define you. Your response to it does. With awareness, you start to recognize patterns, anticipate reactions, and regain control over how you respond to challenges. Finally, awareness is your shield against external influence. The world constantly bombards you with opinions, judgments, and distractions, hoping to control your inner landscape. But when you are truly aware, you can filter the noise and focus only on what serves your purpose. Awareness allows you to distinguish between what is within your control and what is not, helping you conserve energy for growth rather than waste it on drama. It is the foundation of every mental strength practice, and the more you cultivate it, the more empowered and unshakable you become, even in the face of life's fiercest storms. Discipline your thoughts like a warrior. Discipline is the unseen force that determines whether your mind is a battlefield or a sanctuary. Every thought that enters your mind has the potential to strengthen or weaken you. A disciplined mind does not allow fear, doubt, or regret to linger. It evaluates, redirects, and focuses only on what serves growth. Just as a warrior trains his body and sharpens his sword every day, you must train your mind consistently. Discipline is not a punishment, it is an intentional choice to reclaim your power. Without it, your mind drifts aimlessly, reacting to circumstances rather than creating your destiny. Discipline teaches the art of choice. It is the courage to reject negative self-talk, the resilience to overcome temptation, and the strength to focus relentlessly on your goals. Life will constantly try to distract you with fear, comparison, and uncertainty, but a disciplined mind stands firm. It pauses before reacting, analyzes before believing, and moves with intention rather than impulse. Every thought that is carefully chosen strengthens the neural pathways of focus, clarity, and purpose, gradually transforming your inner world into a fortress of strength and wisdom. Mental discipline also nurtures emotional intelligence. You cannot allow every fleeting emotion to dictate your actions. Discipline gives you the space to respond rather than react. Anger, frustration, and doubt no longer control you. They become signals that guide you to deeper understanding. A disciplined mind is not rigid or robotic. It is fluid yet anchored, resilient yet adaptable. It creates consistency in thoughts, harmony in emotions, and decisiveness in actions. Over time, this discipline translates into habits that define your life, turning ordinary effort into extraordinary outcomes. Finally, discipline is the pathway to freedom. By training your mind daily, you liberate yourself from the tyranny of distraction, negativity, and fear. It allows you to focus on what matters, to rise above petty grievances, and to approach challenges with clarity and purpose. A disciplined mind is a powerful mind, capable of creating, sustaining, and expanding possibilities. It does not merely react to life, it shapes it, navigates it, and thrives within it. Training your mind with unwavering discipline is the most profound act of self-respect and self-mastery you can ever undertake. Feed your mind with positivity relentlessly. Your mind is a garden, and whatever you feed, it will flourish. If fear, anger, and doubt dominate your thoughts, your life will mirror this chaos. But if you feed your mind with hope, gratitude, and courage, it transforms into a fertile ground for resilience and creativity. Positivity is not a denial of reality. It is a conscious decision to nurture thoughts that empower rather than weaken you. Every day, intentionally immerse your mind in uplifting ideas, affirmations, inspiring stories, and experiences that elevate your soul. Over time, this practice rewires the brain to recognize opportunity, joy, and strength even in challenging circumstances. Positivity acts as a shield in the face of adversity. Life is unpredictable and often unfair, yet a mind rooted in positivity maintains calm, focus, and direction. It sees solutions instead of problems, lessons instead of failures, and hope instead of despair. Feeding your mind with positivity is a radical act of courage. It is the conscious rejection of negativity, comparison, and self-doubt. This practice allows you to rise above toxic influences, resist the pull of fear, and move forward with clarity and determination. Positivity also changes your energy and relationships. Thoughts shape actions, and actions shape outcomes. A positive mind generates optimism, confidence, and resilience, which radiates outward, inspiring others and attracting supportive opportunities. Every time you consciously choose positive thoughts over negative ones, you strengthen the pathways of joy, focus, and perseverance. Your mental diet determines the quality of your life, and consistency in feeding your mind well ensures that your inner garden blooms no matter the external weather. Finally, cultivating positivity is an ongoing process. It is a daily commitment to choosing hope over despair, courage over fear, and growth over stagnation. Surround yourself with influences that uplift and inspire. Read, meditate, reflect, and affirm. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones, and watch your mind transform from a battlefield into a sanctuary of potential. By relentlessly feeding your mind positivity, you do not merely survive life, you thrive within it, empowered, resilient, and unstoppable. Visualization and mental rehearsal, shape reality visualization, is the silent rehearsal of success. Your mind cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is real. And this makes mental imagery an incredibly powerful tool. By seeing your goals, hearing your success, and feeling your achievements in your mind first, you prepare your brain to recognize opportunities and solutions in reality. Mental rehearsal strengthens confidence, sharpens focus, and primes the subconscious for action. Every time you visualize yourself overcoming challenges, you create a mental blueprint that guides your actions toward actualizing those outcomes. Visualization is not escapism, it is deliberate practice. When you imagine achieving your goals with clarity and emotion, your mind begins to believe in the possibility of success. Fear diminishes, self-doubt weakens, and determination grows. You are programming your brain to anticipate success rather than fear failure. This mental rehearsal allows you to rehearse solutions to potential obstacles, prepare for unexpected events, and act decisively when real opportunities arise. Repeated visualization rewires your mental patterns. Your subconscious mind absorbs these vivid experiences as real, creating the neural pathways necessary to navigate challenges with confidence. Over time, what once seemed unattainable becomes achievable, and the mind becomes a powerful ally rather than an internal adversary. Visualization is a form of mental training that turns intention into action, aligning your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with the life you desire. When combined with action, visualization becomes unstoppable. Your mind has already traversed the path, and your body simply follows. You are no longer waiting for circumstances to align, you are shaping them with intention. Mental rehearsal empowers you to anticipate, adapt, and respond with clarity and precision. By training your mind to see success before it happens, you transform the impossible into the inevitable, and every step you take becomes aligned with the vision you hold. Resilience is built in the mind. Before life tests you, life will test you. But resilience is what allows you to withstand storms without breaking. Resilience is cultivated long before adversity arrives. It is trained in the mind, strengthened by thought, and reinforced by habit. A resilient mind does not crumble when challenges arise. It bends, adapts, and grows stronger. It recognizes that pain, failure, and loss are not punishments, but opportunities to evolve, learn, and rise above. The seeds of resilience are planted in every moment you consciously choose to persevere despite fear, doubt, or discomfort. Perspective is the cornerstone of resilience. A trained mind sees obstacles as teachers, setbacks as lessons, and pain as growth. When you face difficulties with this perspective, you are not defined by your circumstances, but by your response to them. The mind learns to navigate adversity with courage, to embrace uncertainty without fear, and to move forward even when the path seems unclear. Resilience transforms challenges into opportunities and teaches you that strength is built in moments of struggle. Resilience also requires emotional mastery. Fear, anger, and disappointment will arise, but a resilient mind does not allow emotions to dictate actions. It acknowledges them, understands them, and consciously chooses response over reaction. Every practice of emotional control strengthens mental endurance, creating a mind capable of facing any challenge with calm and confidence. Resilience becomes a habit, a mental muscle that grows with every trial, turning even the harshest experiences into sources of empowerment. Ultimately, resilience is the shield that allows you to thrive. Life will never stop presenting challenges, but a trained mind ensures that every challenge is met with courage, wisdom, and determination. Resilience is the inner armor that protects, strengthens, and propels you forward. By cultivating it, you transform every adversity into a stepping stone, every setback into momentum, and every moment of doubt into a declaration of your strength. In the end, training your mind is not a one-time effort. It is a lifelong commitment. Every thought you allow, every emotion you nurture, and every belief you hold shapes the reality you live in. The mind is the architect of your life, the silent force behind every choice, every action, and every outcome. When you become aware, when you discipline, when you feed it positivity, when you visualize your success, and when you cultivate resilience, you are not just surviving, you are designing a life of purpose, strength, and extraordinary possibilities. The battles you face outside will always mirror the battles you fight within, and victory begins in the mind long before it appears in the world around you. Remember, your life is a reflection of the state of your mind. A trained mind turns fear into courage, doubt into clarity, and struggle into growth. It transforms obstacles into stepping stones and challenges into lessons that shape a stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable version of yourself. When you invest in your mind with the same urgency and dedication as you would in your survival, you unlock the power to create, achieve, and thrive beyond limits. Train your mind like your life depends on it. Because in truth, it does. And the life you dream of begins the moment you decide to master it.